For Prophet Muhammad, jihad was central to his sustenance, as it generated his primary income streams.
Most of my earnings derive from jihad, often termed the Holy War, though in reality it amounted to plundering and raiding infidels. Key examples include Ghanima, booty captured forcibly from infidels during combat. Fai, assets acquired from non-Muslims who surrendered without resistance. Jizya, a protection tax levied on non-Muslims, mainly Christians and Jews, resembling organized extortion like mafia. Nafal, individual portions of war spoils, singular of anfal. Sufab or salab, goods seized from enemies amid warfare. Khums, 1/5 of the spoils set aside exclusively for the Prophet. In addition, I enforced zakat, which is a mandatory 2.5% of Muslims' wealth, and promoted voluntary sadaqah contributions directed to me, myself. It is vital to stress the significance of my Muslim community's participation in jihad for Allah's cause to ensure my survival.
A telling hadith from Musnad Ahmad number 10786. One day, a Muslim came across a spring of sweet water. Finding the water and atmosphere pleasant, he thought to himself,
I will stay here in seclusion and worship.
However, he then thought,
No, I will first ask the Prophet about this.
So he went to the Prophet and asked him,
Ya Rasulullah, I have found a very special place for me and my family to live. May I just stay there and worship Allah?
No, don't do that. It is better for you to engage in jihad for the sake of Allah than to engage in continuous worship for 60 years while living with your family. Do you not wish for Allah to forgive you and admit you to paradise? Fight in Allah's cause. For whoever fights in Allah's cause for a period equal to the time it takes to milk a she-camel twice will surely be admitted to paradise. Whoever participates in fighting in the cause of Allah, in order to make Allah's religion superior, even if it is a short period of time, he is guaranteed paradise.
Okay then, Ya Rasulullah, I won't stay in that beautiful place. I will go and do jihad instead.
Good choice. What if all Muslims emulated him, retreating to worship at home and abandoning jihad? I would forfeit my rizki, my provision, my income. How could I sustain my wives without it? I must continually exhort them to jihad for my own benefit.
This hadith has fueled jihadist ideology. Osama bin Laden invoked it to rationalize violence.
It is narrated in a Sahih report that our Prophet ﷺ said, standing in ranks for an hour to fight in the cause of Allah is better than standing in prayer for 60 years. And what could be a greater wrong than this? In ranks for an hour, you can take part in it to support Allah against the Jews, Christians and their supporters, and the field of operations by the grace of Allah is open and ready for you to prepare, train, and set out to support Allah, and you remain sitting?
Bin Laden adhered to this call, but was eliminated by U.S. forces in 2011. Countless Muslims suffered the same fate as him, after also killing so many non-Muslims. They all died because of what Prophet Muhammad said about jihad. Enduring commands for perpetual conflict.
We must follow what the Prophet commanded because he is our guide and example. Praise be to Allah who revealed the Quran, masters the clouds, vanquishes divisions, and declares, when the sacred months have passed, unalive the polytheists wherever you find them, capture them, besiege them, and lie in wait for them. Blessings and peace upon our Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, who proclaimed, I was sent bearing the sword to ensure none but Allah is worshipped, Allah who placed my sustenance under my spear's shadow and heaps disgrace and contempt on those who defy my commands.
Drawing from Quran Surah 9 verse 5 and the authentic Hadith, Muslims are obligated to battle non-Muslims until Islam dominates all faiths and worship is solely for Allah. This directive implies endless warfare against non-believers, perpetuating death in Allah's name without resolution. While Prophet Muhammad pursued jihad for personal gain, contemporary Muslims fight to evade hellfire and secure paradise. The allure of Jannah through jihad.
All Muslims dread eternal hellfire. If 1 hour of jihad outweighs 60 years of prayer, then battling infidels is the surest path to Jannah.
This fear drives jihad against non-believers. Slaying them pleases Allah and opens the gates of heaven. Thus, even absent invasions of Muslim lands, enslavement, or mistreatment by non-Muslims, attacks persist. Jihad guarantees paradise per Islamic doctrine.
We didn't do anything wrong.
The Muslims attack us relentlessly.
Because we are non-Muslims.
And we don't want to convert to Islam.
As long as Prophet Muhammad could inspire Muslims to undertake jihad, a continuous source of sustenance was ensured for him.
What kind of life is this? Every page of the Quran contains warnings about the hellfire. No matter how long I pray, no matter how many years I dedicate to worship, it's never enough to escape that fate. I don't want to kill anyone, nor do I want to be killed, just to earn a place in Jannah. But who is this Allah, really? Why would he create such a harsh law for us to follow? What kind of justice is this?
Just trust me, bro.
How much damage has jihad done to non-Muslims around the world in the last 1,400 years? Each bar of the chart represents two numbers, direct and indirect deaths. Direct deaths are caused by direct attacks by Muslims. Indirect deaths occur in the aftermath of attacks that devastate entire communities. The Muslim attacks remove the strongest non-Muslims adults, leaving behind the young, old, sick, and weak with no providers. The attacks trigger famine, disease, and social collapse in raided regions, severely disrupting societies and resulting in indirect deaths. Christians in the Middle East, North Africa, Europe, and Anatolia. The total death toll is 30 million. Hindus in India and Pakistan. The total number of deaths is 50 million. Buddhists in India, Afghanistan, Central Asia, and Indonesia have suffered a total of 7.5 million deaths. Africans in West Africa, East Africa, and Central Africa. The total death toll is 75 million. Asians in Persia, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia. The total death toll is 15 million. The total number of non-Muslim deaths is 177.5 million. If we include Muslims who died in intra-Muslim conflicts, such as civil wars like the fitness, sectarian violence, and modern Islamist terrorism, in which the victims are Muslim, then we can add 60 million to the total, bringing it to 237.5 million. The cycle of rejection and renewal. Non-Muslims often denounce jihadist acts as terrorism, targeting figures like Osama bin Laden, yet the ideology persists, fueled by interpretations of Islam that sanctify violence against dissenters. Merely banning terrorism, Sharia, or symbols like the hijab treats symptoms, not the cause. The root of jihadist violence lies in the foundational doctrines of Islam itself. To break this cycle, we must confront the source head-on through comprehensive measures to dismantle Islam, whether by legal bans or redefining it as a collective delusion incompatible with modern values. Imagine a world without Islam's influence, no lives lost to its wars, no families torn apart by extremism, and humanity united under universal principles of peace. Only by addressing the root can we cultivate a future free from the shadow of jihad.
message, they will never have a nuclear weapon. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity.
Islamic change on there. Ain't never been Java eaten be to you. Manika Ramzadonga, Palestine Piachabi. The near Ramzama Muslim and Tapuma Uti. Inshallah, Tala Tapulem. Muslim Manika Chelsea or Majida. Osma Bella de Kiko Piandoji. Osma Bella de Lulu, Roma, America, Manay Life Had. Shishim Biome, longer than the Pound Taulia, you Piandoji. Longer than the Pound Taulia, you Piandoji. But the Sepama batteries have a Tonga Satonga. Jantu in a town at town at you, Take. Islamic with Shaman Done. A good imagine all of Yamaga, Ramzala Lepede, the Chinoa. The Tolio Palestine Doka Kanga, the Tolio Tiji. Kalidi Rosatani de, Balubonzanet Hani de, Wabalu Pini de. Johnny Alon, years in the GKBY. The Nichi Machinori Kong Sani at the Kong Town. Not a Muslim and Nangani Lutati would a Queen Talani. Nanganagani, Tilobuna Muri Lonely, Tamajanolo Viamaya, Tanin Pagani Kuni. Sitama Pipina Umala, at the people to Lona de Yamashi Mala, Yare, to a Fikuni, Ramsala, to Aramia Tombi, Janon Muslimani at the Tewal Bahama Pibu, Shati and Mouth Goyare. Time at Tilo change how Muyala Okan Lumia last year to a Tombi. Islam ni thala in Parisona. Pila de letter to honor. Tila